This is Psychologist Dr. Mark Rohde with another podcast. Today the topic is patience. You know, the ability to deal with having to wait for something that you'd really like to have now. As children, we had to wait for our allowance. In our teens, we had to wait for our driver's license. As young adults, many of us had to wait to get the training or education to qualify for a job. Older adults have to wait for retirement or for their Social Security check. If you suffer from ADHD or obsessive compulsive disorder, you know that any delay can seem like torture. If you have an addictive disorder and are in the midst of your disease, waiting for drugs or alcohol is intolerable. If you're a teen waiting for summer vacation, it always seems like an eternity. It doesn't have to be that way. Having patience isn't just about being able to wait. It may be about deciding that what you want most isn't what will work for you. Patience is also deciding to be happy and productive rather than sidelined or annoyed by not having what you perceive that you need. Being impatient is related to stress, anxiety, being edgy, irritable, and uncomfortable. You don't want to be this way, because holding on to those emotions is apt to foster relationships that are messed up. You're likely to make poor decisions and be unhappy. So how can we become more patient? First, accept reality. Surrender to the truth that you can't always have what you want when you want it. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself that it's okay to wait. Several weeks ago, I was late for an appointment due to an accident on the freeway. I had to laugh at myself when I recognized that I was frustrated and impatient about the slow clearance of the accident. I took a dose of my own medicine. I told myself that I could choose to be uptight or accept reality, listen to some music, and enjoy the break. Acceptance of reality is a conscious choice to surrender to the forces that you can't control. Second, develop the skill of relaxation. Do some deep breathing, take a long shower, or do some yoga. If it's convenient, you might want to yield to gravity, lay down, and start with your head and then progressively relax every muscle group until you reach your toes. While it is very possible to learn a variety of ways to become more relaxed, it is not something that you can force yourself to do. Think about it. Relaxation is about letting go, and forcing something is, well, just the opposite. Third, you might want to think about what your impatience says about you. Could you be impatient to achieve a specific goal because it would help you feel better about yourself? Could you be impatient to receive a new video game because you have a hard time dealing with boredom? If you deal with the reasons behind your impatience, you are likely to feel empowered. Self-awareness can be pretty amazing. The next idea is somewhat similar to the last and is based on the idea that people who possess plenty of self-confidence are less apt to be impatient. This seems to be true because impatient people often perceive that their lives are not under their own control, while confident people know that they can handle most situations. If this is a challenge for you, you might want to seek some ways to build your confidence or connect with a therapist to help you do it. Here's a really quick and easy suggestion. Just ask yourself if it's worth getting worked up about something that you can't change. The answer is definitely no. This is similar to one of my favorite life rules. My rule is, don't do what hardly ever works. It's a great rule. Lastly, if you can anticipate that something is likely to create feelings of impatience, head it off by visualizing how you want to handle the situation. The technique is called cognitive rehearsal. The more that you're effectively able to rehearse something in your mind, the more apt you are to be able to deal with it in real life. I'm going to leave you with several quotations. Patience serves as a protection against wrongs, as clothes does against the cold. For if you put on more clothes as the cold increases, it will have no power to hurt you. So in a like manner, you must grow in patience when you meet with great wrongs. Now that's from Leonardo da Vinci, a pretty bright guy. Patience is the companion of wisdom, so said St. Augustine. There's a Turkish proverb that reminds us that patience is the key to paradise. Well, I hope that you find paradise. Thanks for listening.